what the V taper taught me about women is that it's not about the size so much. It's not about being the biggest guy in the room, right? A lot of guys fall into the trap of like being in the male gaze, right? The male gaze thinks that you have to be like a Sam Sulek, you gotta be like Chris Bumstead, you gotta be built like these huge roided out bodybuilders that you see on your timeline, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. See, the reality is that you need to build an aesthetic physique, right? And when I say aesthetic physique, I'm not even saying you gotta be super lean or anything like that. I'm just saying if you can get around 12 to 18% body fat, somewhere around there, and you actually, and here's the kicker, if you build the V taper physique, that is going to be the most attractive physique to women, right? So the V taper, what it's taught me is that you don't have to be big and huge like a bodybuilder. You just have to get a decent amount of body fat to you, right? And have a decent amount of muscle size to you, right? You don't have to be super huge. Like, I think the perfect example is, I don't know if he's natural or not, but a semi decent example of this would be like a Michael B. Jordan in the first couple Creed movies, or like, you know, Chris Evans when he played Fantastic Four, Johnny Storm, right? Somewhere around that range where they've got a decent amount of like, and I'm not saying you got to be just as lean as they were, but like around like a decent amount of muscle size to you where it's visible that you could see the muscle, but like also have that level, a decent amount of like vascularity. So I would say that you would need a decent amount of like vascularity and muscle size, right? And when those meet together, that's when you get the perfect physique, right? And when it's matched with the V taper, that's when you build a physique that's bulletproof. And that's a physique that gets choosing signals across the board, right? Because let me tell a little story, right? Before I get into that story though, I just want to say, if you want to book a one-on-one consultation so that you can start getting the choosing signals that you want through building your physique, through Bodygame, hit the link in the description. I'm the guy for that. We'll see if it makes sense to work together, right? Little shameless plug for those of you guys that need it. Make sure you like and subscribe while you're at it. But like I was saying though, a couple of years ago, when I first started my fitness journey, when I went on a bulk, you know, I bulked up, got big, I got up to 200 pounds, and I realized, you know, I was still getting choosing signals, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know, I didn't look as aesthetic as I wanted to, right? I didn't look as good as I thought I could, right? Like, I felt like something was missing. And then it was funny because I stumbled upon a Hamza video, and Hamza started talking about things about like the aesthetic physique, and he talked about emphasizing, you know, the V taper, which is working on your shoulders so that they're broader. And the shoulders, I was already doing that already, but the missing key that I was missing was like working on my lats. And once I started working on my lats, that's when everything changed. That's when I actually noticed a change in my physique. That's when I noticed I started to develop more of a V taper physique. And when I developed the V taper and I dropped my body fat percentage, right, I went to about 15% body fat. The choosing signals were insane. It was through the roof. When summer came around, you know, I was decently lean. I'm not saying I was the leanest guy in the room. I'm not saying you gotta be like 8% body fat. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not even 10% or 8% body fat. I'm more close to around 15%. And I think that's good enough. Honestly, you will get choosing signals. Like, a lot of you guys have this weird perception to where you think you need to look like some roided out, like crazy fitness influencer. You don't need to look like a crazy fitness influencer to stand out, right? You just have to get ahead of the rest of the pack, right? Because the rest of the population is not doing this shit. The rest of the population is average. They have dad bods. These guys are not in the gym. These guys are not doing shit. These guys rather watch Netflix, play video games. They don't even want to participate. Like I've been saying in my other videos, they don't even want to participate anymore. The average man these days can't even do 10 pull-ups. The average man these days doesn't even bench 225. The average man these days can't even do 20 push-ups. What does that say for you? It just gives you an advantage, right? The bar has never been lower to set yourself apart, right? Once you set yourself apart, just get around to like, you know, 12 to 15% body fat, or even at 15% body fat. Build a V taper physique, get a decent amount of like vascularity to size, and I'm telling you, you will get choosing signals through the roof. Like, I'm not like, you don't even have, like, the bar is so low these days, man. Like, you will set yourself apart from everybody. You walk into a room, and you were in a tank top like this, or maybe even you're wearing a white beater, because white beaters, I will say white beaters, they show the V taper a lot better. But like, if you walk around in a tank top, preferably a white beater, you will get choosing signals from everybody. You'll get catcalled. People will, like, you know, break their neck just to look at you and all that stuff. Like this shit is real, because not many people are actually doing this, man. Like, don't let social media fool you. Don't let social media tell you that this is the norm, because it's not. And I'm not saying in the gym at all. I'm saying like go into the malls, you know, you go out to like a festival or something, or even go to like a store, or where you go grocery shopping. Everybody is average, and if you can just do these simple things, get the V taper, right? Get around 15% body fat, build a decent amount of muscle size to you. You will set yourself ahead of the rest of the pack. I guarantee you, right? And if you need help setting yourself ahead of the rest of these, you know, 80 percentile of people who don't even want to participate anymore, you want to get ahead of these guys that are dad bods and all that type of stuff. Maybe you have dad bod watching this. Maybe you're not in shape and you're watching this right now and you want to get in shape and you're not sure how. Hit the link in the description and I'll help you figure out a plan for you to build the physique that commands attention and never bores the audience. If you need help recreating yourself into someone that, you know, gets respect, gets choosing signals, has respect for themselves, hit that link in the description and we'll make a plan for you so that you can reach your dream physique. We'll work on mindset, we'll work on your meal plan, we'll work on your workout plan, we'll work on a bulletproof strategy so that you can reach the physique that actually gets you results, right? And if you're tired of spinning the wheels, you're tired of, you know, going through all these different plans and nothing's working, you feel like you're at a dead end, hit that link in the description and we'll see if it makes sense to work together so that we can help you reach the physique that you want, right? Only serious guys, only book a call if you're actually serious. We'll have a little conversation and we'll go from there. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and remember, there's nothing enlightening about playing small. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. See ya.